Hello survivors and welcome to another video. In today's video we are going to be looking at Kobalds treasure event and the 3 new seasonal skills that we can unlock by doing this hidden event. Now the 3 skills are egg shooter, which you can unlock by doing the event on 0 curse. We then have sugar rush, which you unlock by getting the event done on 25 curse or higher. And then there is Frenzied, bunnies, which you get for doing it on a 34 curse intensity. Now we're going to do it on 34 curse intensity and show you exactly how the event works and everything about it. So we go for weapon expert, multicast mastery, executioner, dash master, and reroll mastery. We have unlocked the skills already, so we will most likely see frenzied bunnies since they are a summoning skill, and you'll get to see how it works. So here the event starts off in the caves of Del Zog. If you didn't know where it was, this is the map to choose. Curse intensity 34. If you are a seasoned veteran in the game right now, then you can do anything you like with curse intensity. I go for 3 in curse 7. In 6 I take the top and third. Then 5th curse we go for the first 2, and then we take everything and all of the others except for lifeless void. So let's get straight into it. This one's a bit of a unique one, because especially when you're playing on the necromancer, the actual event itself cannot be progressed until you get a skill that you can aim with. Unfortunately, the rats and putrefy don't hit the actual event starting. So just like in the Ritual of Love, there was a heart in the bottom left hand corner of the map for you to break. There is the same thing with this. There is a bunny. We can actually go up to it in the meantime. In the top left corner of the map, as you can see, there is a trapped bunny in a cage, and like I mentioned, we cannot actually hit it, but if our putrefy went off there, it would have hit the cage. But as you can see, it's not really working out to our advantage. We did get a hit there with putrefy, which works, but like I said, we do have to kind of get another skill. So only from level 2 can we really hit that successfully without any problems. So we landed up getting the we're actually going to reroll here because that's not going to work for us, and we are going to reroll again. So this is not working very well. All right, we're going to take poison bolt over here. We're going to stand right on it, and there we go. Poison bolt destroyed it. We are going to be looking for little Easter eggs along the floor of the game now. So as we progress through the level, so through progression, there are going to be more and more little eggs that spawn along the floor. You just got to go and collect these eggs. You can hold 8 eggs at a time on your character, and each egg reduces your movement speed by 10% multiplicatively. So there's one, we get 10% slower, 20% slower, and this is like a full 20%. So eventually we reduced our movement speed by 80%, and it is insane. So that is why we went with the summoner personally, and why we have summons, because they're going to distract the enemies while we do this event. Now the way that it works is we need to collect eggs. You don't have to fill your basket. You don't have to have 8 out of 8 eggs before you can hand them in, but as soon as you have eggs, you run back to the egg over here, to this glyph on the floor, and we are trying to get 50 eggs to fill up that minecart over there. So once we have 50 eggs, that minecart fills up, and you see an animation of an egg floating in the sky over here, and then it breaks, and that means you have successfully completed the prerequisite for the secret boss fight. So we're going to quickly do that, and hopefully we can do it relatively quickly. We're going to grab some movement speed just to help us out with that. We are going to grab ourselves the helper elves, the skeletons, the archers, sorry, and we're looking for the chaos golem as well. We'll grab magic missile, that's going to help us deal even more damage to the boss. and we are just looking for minions to kind of distract the enemies from attacking us. Now the eggs spawn periodically. There isn't any bosses that you need to wait for to spawn or anything like that. You just got to kill enemies and progress the map, and because we have minions, that's automatically going to happen as we look for eggs to collect. Now there is actually a charming sound that plays, so we're going to play that sound now for you. And that's the sound. When you hear that sound, more eggs have been hatched all over the place. I'm gonna say hatched just because why not. And again, we being with a summoner build where everything around us is close, like our summons themselves, we don't have to worry about the bosses. You don't have to worry about how long you take. I have done the event in like 15 minutes and was still able to access the boss. So you aren't really timed in that manner, but you do need to make sure you collect all the eggs before you kill the final boss of the map. So the final lord, you don't want to kill them before you have collected all the eggs. So make sure you collect all the eggs. Obviously having our minions makes it so that we do kill them while we are running around, which is fantastic. But because we're playing with plague rats and we've also got summon helper elves and skeletons, a lot of our summons are kind of close to us, so they're not really hitting the bosses too much, and that's okay as well. We don't really have to kill anything. Like I said, it's more time based than it is progression based, so we don't have to worry about killing anything. We can just run around collecting eggs until we have our basket up and running, and then after that we'll land up killing the bosses as quickly as possible and then getting to the boss fight. So there we go, another 8 eggs collected. We have to collect 50 of them, and once we have, we'll see the nice little animation that is caused. So I'm still looking for, there we go, Frenzied bunnies. That is one of the new skills. Let's just take a look at what it does. It summons 2 frenzied rabbits to fight for you by your side, dealing random damage, so they are chaos, and then they die in the process, and then you can have a maximum of 10 units at a time. So they deal a huge explosion between 1 and 1,200 damage, and then that they, just like the rats, you can respawn them, and they obviously going to deal a lot of damage. So you can have 10 of them up at a single time, so getting multicast works very, very well with them. But I'm sure we will get to doing a build on the bunny, frenzied bunnies coming forward, because it's one of the new skills. So very, very nice. That is the skill that you have to beat the game on curse, well, the event on intensity 34. So you do want to do it on the hardest difficulty, because people have been playing with the bunnies already and they are extremely strong. They are extremely overpowered, and they will probably get a nerf very soon. So play with them while you still can before the nerf comes out. And even while I'm saying this, it is very possible that the devs nerf it before this guard gets released. Hopefully not, but very, very strong damage numbers coming from the bunnies. Alright, so let's keep going. Again, we're just looking for more and more eggs while we run around doing absolutely nothing to the bosses, because we don't have to, as long as they are occupied. This is very easy. We can just focus on collecting the eggs. So I do see that they kind of spawn along the edges a lot more, so you got to just run around, kind of look for them. At least they are very easy to see, at least for me, because I have my minion build, and this is why I recommend the minion build when you are doing this, because it is going to make it a lot easier for us to find the eggs without having to worry about beating as well as dodging all of the bosses. So very, very good to use minions in this event. Previous events, they did make it quite difficult to do the events, so they weren't recommended, especially for the Ritual of Love event. They cause more grief than help, so it wasn't recommended to use minions when playing with that event. But at least with this event, it's actually a lot easier to play with them, especially since you get such a big movement speed slow that you don't really want to have the bosses on top of you, especially the fallen the fallen knight boss. So, you know, very, very nice to not have to worry about him. Alright, so there's 8 more. We move like a turtle now. We're gonna just do a little bit of upgrades over here. Grab ourselves some multicast, some cast frequency. Ooh, maximum number there. Some crit damage, movement speed, just damage, cast frequency, crit, damage, multicast. You know, let's just keep getting all those damage modifiers. That's perfect. And once we've collected all of the eggs, you'll see a huge icon appear. We do have to just collect all of them still, so we're going to go and grab those. Hopefully this should be the last run. I do believe we've collected quite a lot of them. There is a mine cart that I did mention that gets more full and full as you progress, and that's going to indicate how far or how close you are to actually finishing the event. And we're going to just take a look at that mine cart now. But I think this is our last run of eggs. It looks like it is. It's about 8 minutes into the run, so we should be close to finished. We've had 8 eggs every basket, so there's that as well. Oh, we move so slow. Oh, we got 8 out of 8. Oh, we had a flamethrower on us, but luckily we didn't die, so that's fantastic. Get rid of... Alright, was that the end? No, it wasn't. That is terrible. We're also being slowed by the spiders, so that isn't very good either. We're going to grab more damage, and I think we are nearly done. We just got a couple more eggs to do, and we should be in a good spot. So we didn't take the negative healing. As you can see, every time we grab XP, we gain HP. So that is why we did go for that route as well, why we kept that in the game for us, because we know that these events can be quite difficult, and having that extra life when you level does help, you know, the difference between you living and dying. So, and that is why we did it. Definitely helps. And again, we don't really have to worry about the bosses or anything like that. We are just looking to collect as many eggs as possible. I think this should do it. We are going to look at this. We do have the bosses on us. Our eggs are looking very juicy there, but that wasn't enough. Unfortunately, we've got some bosses we can kill over here. Get some more XP off of the floor and grab some more eggies. Alright. Now we do know that a lot of people wanted the indicators for eggs, you know, they were talking about it, but why would you want to be told everything, guys? There we go, we finally did it. You saw a big egg spawn over there. That means that we have finished the actual prerequisites for the boss fight. So now we just need to go and kill all of these bosses. Again, it doesn't matter the time, although it's taken us 10 minutes, we will be able to still enter the realm. You aren't really timed in that sense. So now we just got to kill all of the bosses. So standing still is probably one of the best ways to do this, because as long as we're not in a damaging ability of a boss, we will really do a lot of damage to them, because minions are just overly powered in this game. Overpowered, especially since the last patch and runes affecting our minions. They have just become extremely overpowered compared to some of the other builds out there. However, I do still have a video coming out of one of the most powerful and OP builds in the game, and it evolves around, or you know, revolves around the Dark Knight, or the Death Knight, sorry. Alright, so we just killing all of the enemies. We're already on the 4th set to kill, so one more set after that, and we will have our boss fight ready for us to, you know, destroy. Alright, there we go, dead. There's the last bosses spawning, that's fantastic. And the Frenzied bunnies are actually really strong, like I mentioned earlier, especially with Putrefy as well, but they don't even need Putrefy because they are kamikaze bunnies. They're literally suicide bombers, and they are going to be blowing up the enemies. That's pretty funny how they work, and it's really satisfying to see these little bunnies run into enemies and just explode and kill them. They deal so much damage, and it's funny, if you have the damage numbers up, you see them do millions of damage to themselves as well. So pretty funny, and a really strong skill coming with this most recent seasonal event. Alright, done. So there we go. Now this is where we got the Easter event started, and this is where we ended. So it actually goes through the portal over here, as you can see. But let's just upgrade our damage a little bit more for the boss fight. Now unfortunately guys, because minions are so strong, we are going to destroy this boss. So very good to go for this, but I can't show you his attack pattern because he's going to be dead within seconds. So I hope you enjoy this. Please, you know, go for this build if you want to see. Ooh la la, what just hit me so hard there? Alright, we will see some of his attacks. So here we go, he summons some mine carts. He does an area attack that keeps getting bigger and bigger. I have no idea what hit me so hard there. But anyway, boss is dead. We were left on 1 life. Imagine I took recklessness there. That would have been OP. But that's the event. You would have got the achievements on the side there if you did it. And done and dusted. You can probably do it a lot quicker with the right character. If you wanted to do it on someone that has more dashes, it might be slightly quicker. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more videos like this in the future. And always remember, keep safe, survivors. Until next time, cheers.